Quote of the day is coming directly from me, direct quote. It's pretty simple, but something you got to really break down. Finding peace during war. And it's no peace without war, it's no war without peace. But you have to really try to find peace in war. And when I say that, you can kind of compare it to real being in a real battle. If you are in constant battles, you have to be able to be in a peaceful state to make the right decisions. If you are in wars or in states where you just everywhere in your brain and you're not at a peaceful state in a time of war, it is very easy to go simply off track out of fear, out of, it's war going on. And when I'm saying war, prices are raising, people raising kids in this type of environment, this new world. There's all types of just wild, crazy stuff going on in the world. Your personal self, you know what I'm saying? How you feel about yourself, what is it? Self-esteem. You have a war inside, mentally, physically. On the inside, it's a war going on mentally and physically everywhere, every minute of the day. And in this war of life, you got to find peace. And the way you find peace is just literally following God's instructions. I'm talking about that's the peace manual. You know what I'm saying? To where you need to go and where you need to be, because you can try to find peace in things. I'm gonna be telling you this: if you try to find peace in things, things are not gonna make things better. I know that sounds crazy, but things don't make things better. God does. God's instruction, His will, His way, and you're not gonna be perfect in this world, but at least if you can find a way to get in a peaceful mind state between you and God and just yourself, you'll be able to knock down the war. But I understand how people just give into the war, because sometimes this rage and the bullets be firing down on you. But the real thing you have to worry about is that God has you in spite of what you're going through. The bullets could be raining down. If you keep that connection with God, He'll put peace in your mind and heart in the toughest situations. I'm talking about financial, spiritual, physical, mental. So
it's interesting. You brought it all together when you said you talked about the physical part of it. But one of the key things is to understand we are spirit as well. There's a spiritual warfare going on too, so you need to know what the enemy is in the spirit, which we call him Satan. And a lot of people, because you can't see him, you don't pay no attention. But the bottom line is, once you recognize who he is, and then it's a spirit, then you got to connect to God. That's why our message is always centered around giving your life, accepting Jesus Christ as your personal Savior. So the Spirit of God will connect with you. And once that happens, then the peace that Pat Brady talking about is, it comes from God. And that's all through His Word. So the bottom line is, the peace we talking about is that peace that only God can give. So that's why it's important you get connected.
It's that simple. We just keep reiterating the same message in a different way, but that's the point. You feel me? You want it to get stuck in your brain. You got to get connected in the best way you can, because you can't be lollygagging out here in the war zone. You feel me? That's how you get your head knocked off, literally. And God allow you to do what you're gonna do. But if you really, like you said, you want that true peace, go to God first, and then you'll see how every other aspect of your life gets more peaceful. Every aspect of your life, relationship problems, family problems, job problems. If you just give it to God and just go through His instruction, and like you said, don't see it as a problem. Like he said something about spirits too. It's spiritual warfare too. So it's things you can't even see that you're fighting against. So you definitely need that extra backing of God, because He can help you fight those things that you can't even see, that you don't even know that you're fighting. And trust me, it can come in a form of any type of spirit, can come in any form. It can come as a beautiful girl, a handsome man, a new opportunity. You don't even see the spirits behind it. You feel me? And then you end up getting yourself into a war, a spiritual warfare, thinking that you know what you're doing, man. So gotta follow God's instruction, man. Find peace in the midst of war. You did.